The West Ham squad and over 1,300 West Ham United fans are currently taking the trip over to Belgium, to Brussels, and specifically to Anderlecht, as we take on RSC Anderlecht in another Europa Conference League group stage game, a Thursday night football, 5:45 kickoff at Lotto Park over in Belgium. It's going to be interesting to see what David Moyes does. My thoughts on the game and everything else will be coming up on today's show. Before we get into it, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Unofficial. If you're new, check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver and Son, by clicking the link in the description down below. So, another Conference League game. I'm going to take you through my lineup and my thoughts for the game. Anderlecht, they're probably the best side on paper in this league. Then they're not doing fantastic currently in the Belgian league, but they're the biggest name, apart from, you'd argue, West Ham in this group. And we do actually play them back to back. So we play the away leg this Thursday, and then we take it back to the London Stadium next Thursday to play them at home. So we've got a kind of 2-week encounter with Anderlecht, where it will be fresh what happens tomorrow night, ready for tactics to be tweaked and whatever ahead of the game next week. But there's nothing really more to say apart from hopefully David Moyes uses the squad depth there. Just get the win. It doesn't really matter in these cup games, as long as in the Conference League we get through, we finish first, we don't have to go for any playoffs, and we actually get through. I think we'd all be happy. We're not really too bothered at this stage about the performances. The results are all that matters, and we just really need to focus on building ourselves back up in the Premier League after a really poor start. So as long as David Moyes picks a decent line, we can't be underestimating them. They will be a good side. We have had some slight hiccups so far in the Conference League. Silkeborg away was fortunate, to say the least. So we don't really want it going that far again, and hopefully we can just get it done, and then we can move on to a crucial game against Fulham, which we should be winning realistically on Sunday at the London Stadium. I'm going to take you through my lineup, reasonings, and everything else now. So to start in goal, our Conference League goalkeeper is going to be Alphonse Areola. I think he'll be disappointed, and I think some of us are disappointed that he's not yet starting in the Premier League, but obviously it's a no-brainer that he's going to be starting. Apart from, as long as there's not any injuries, it will be Alphonse Areola in goal. At left back, it was Creswell last Sunday, or last Saturday night. So I'm so used to saying Sunday. I think it'd be Emerson at left back. Defensively worries me slightly, but it gives Creswell a bit of a rest after Sunday and getting ready for next Saturday. Sorry, I keep getting that wrong. Emerson to come in at left back, I think that's fair. Give him his opportunity. We've brought in a left back. We've brought in a backup left back, so let's use him. Centre backs, I think Dawson starts, and I'm going to say Ogbonna / Zuma. I'm going to give Kehrer a rest. If Kehrer is going to start anywhere, I think it will be at right back, but then I'll put somebody else there. So really, I wouldn't be fuming if it was Ogbonna there, Kehrer there, or Zuma there, or Kehrer at right back. I haven't put him there, but I wouldn't be annoyed if any of them are there. But I've just put Ogbonna there. He in the last couple of weeks he hasn't been all there, but hopefully he can be back just to give the likes of Zuma and whoever a rest, and Dawson. He should be okay. I think he hasn't played too many games, so he should be okay to start. But centre backs, I don't think it really particularly matters as long as it's out of Dawson, Ogbonna, Kehrer, and Zuma. Really, out of them four, I don't really have a particular preference. Right back up at Soufal, mainly because I think we should rest Kehrer to start right back on Sunday. I think he proved himself enough last week to start at right back again. So I'd start Soufal in this game. We're hearing Johnson is still out, so I think it's between those two. And just to give Kehrer a rest ahead of the Premier League on Sunday, I'd start Vladimir Soufal. In midfield, I think it'll be the same partnership as the Premier League, Rice and Souček. I just can't see Downs getting a sniff, to be honest. He's made that quite clear in Europe. In the last game that he's not going to start Downs. I'd be surprised if he starts Downs, to be honest, but I think the most likely partnership there will be Declan Rice and Thomas Souček. These two will be interchangeable. Fornals and Ben Rama as the centre attacking midfielder, that kind of number 10 role, and Ben Rama, and I think they'll all be interchangeable really as well, because I've put Paqueta there because you could put an example of Ben Rama going out on the right, left, or in the middle. You could put Fornals out on the left, probably not on the right. You could put Paqueta out on the right, or in the middle, or on the left. So I've put those three players there so David Moyes can, mess around with them and tweak them however he likes. And up front, I'd start Scamacca up front on Sunday, which is the reasoning why I've put Antonio up front in this game. If David Moyes' plan is to start Antonio on Sunday, of course Scamacca starts. It's a vice versa. It's a kind of split the workload, as it were, because you can't really drop Scamacca in the Premier League, can he? He scored a goal. He looked quite lively. I think he should start on Sunday, which means Antonio should start on Thursday night using our squad depth we've now got. It's nice, isn't it? It's very, very nice. But in terms of Anderlecht, I'm not going to be honest, I don't really know too much. They play their football at Lotto Park. They're not currently on the best of runs in the Belgian league, the Belgian First Division A. They lost in their last game 1-0 to Charleroi in the Group Pro League. But if I just have a look at some of the standings in that, I'm just looking. Where are they? I cannot find them currently. This is almost live. They're currently mid-table 10th. So I think you've got to be third to get the Europa Conference League in the Belgian Jupiler Pro League. And they're currently at 10th. Yeah, we are only 10 games in to the season, but they haven't had the best of starts, as of we, quite clearly. But yeah, they've sort of dropped off down. They did used to be Europa League sort of side, but they've dropped down since the Conference League has originated, and this is where they sit. And hopefully we can pick up the 3 points against them and just get one step closer to winning the group and getting through to the business end of this competition. Because let's be honest, that's where we want to be. We don't want to be messing around too much with qualifiers and group stage games. Let's just get to the business of this, because if we're on our game, we can win this competition. There are some good sides in it, but we can win it after some of the sides we beat last year, Lyon, Seville. We can win this competition. It's just about getting these games out of the way with no big deal, winning them and getting through and focusing on the Premier League. That's my kind of thoughts for tomorrow night's game. We will be live here with the roundup show from 4:30 p.m. for a 5:45 kickoff. So get your tea on, get it ready for a tea time kickoff over in Anderlecht. So yeah, it will be an early start for us live here on West Ham Unofficial. I hope you can join us, and I thank you very much for watching this video. You can check out our channel sponsors here on West Ham Unofficial, SRM Carver and Son, by clicking the link in the description down below as well. And we're entering the last 5 days of voting for the Football Content Awards. So please, if you haven't already, vote on all platforms, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, or the website. All information is on my Twitter page, the Football Content Awards social media page, and of course the website, which is linked in the description down below. Fill your boots, people. Vote for me, the Football Content Awards. Hopefully we can pick up a bit of silverware come the 16th of November. But that's it from me. My score prediction for this game is West Ham United 2, or I should say Anderlecht 0, West Ham United 2. I think Antonio scores, and I also think Ben Rama gets on the score sheet as well. Cool, calm, collected, a little bit of a ropey start. I wouldn't be surprised if Anderlecht score. It could be a 2-1, but I'm being optimistic and hoping that we can keep a clean sheet with the backline and Areola in goal. And that's the reasoning why I've gone for a 2-0 win. One thing I haven't mentioned is Cornet's not involved. David Moyes has confirmed in his pre-match press conference that Cornet's not. He has not travelled with the squad, and he's mentioned about the World Cup and the schedule coming up. He said every game I go into, I walk off having given my all. There's a World Cup coming up to focus on for West Ham because we need to push up the table. Until then, I think Declan Rice actually said that. Apologies, but yeah, they held the press conference by also saying the first thing is that I wouldn't disrespect Anderlecht at all. It's an incredibly difficult way to get results out of away from home in Europe. They'll see a chance of beating us and getting above us in the group, as we're going to play each other twice very quickly. It's important. We want to win the group if we can, and if we can qualify and get European football after Christmas again, that will be great. So the firm belief currently in the West Ham United squad is, we've got them 2 times in quick succession. So let's just build a gap now between Anderlecht and West Ham, because David Moyes might see Anderlecht as our biggest threat in this group, and then get ourselves in Europe past Christmas, as that seems to be David Moyes' motto. But yeah, thanks for watching. It's the match preview for Anderlecht versus West Ham United. As I said, I'll see you tomorrow as a member for a Match Day Natter for the build-up and review show. Right here, the place to be is here on West Ham Unofficial. That's it from me. Come on, you irons, and all of you lot out there or travelling over to Anderlecht. Safe travels, and I'll catch you soon right here on West Ham Official. Goodbye.